guys, welcome to the first edition of the Dehydrating with Camo series. In this particular series, I will be dehydrating tuna.
Strainer here. It's already got some chicken in it.
It's right here.
So I got.
Now, just a couple of tips, guys. First of all, one of the things that you want to make sure of is that you buy the simplest tuna you can basically get. None of that fancy seasoned tuna. I guess you can if you want, but basically what I do is I get the basic stuff, the basic tuna in water. Okay. These I get from the local grocery store here. Not Kroger's, actually Fry's here in Arizona here. Just a couple of things, guys. There is really no prep work that you need to do with tuna. Okay. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to take the tuna out of the can here and you're going to spread it in your dehydrator. Break it up into small pieces and spread it across your dehydrator. One of the things I noticed with my dehydrator, because I have an oyster dehydrator, it's 5 trays. I figured out that with mine I can basically fit one can evenly spaced without it being on top of each other on one tray, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. Basically, the first thing you want to do is we're going to take this guy out of the can. We're going to drain off all the liquid off of it, okay? And then you're basically going to dump it into your dehydrator, break it up, spread it around, and then turn on your dehydrator. A lot of folks ask, how long will tuna actually last? I have read that if it's properly stored in a, you can can it. You can put it in a jar and vacuum seal it and take all the air out of the jar. You could probably get this guy to last up to a year in the right environments, and you probably get a lot more. There's a lot of, figuring here and there when it comes to dehydrating and how long something's actually going to last. It just depends on how you store it, temperature-wise, environment, how well sealed it is, a lot of factors like that. But from what I've read and heard, it will basically last up to about a year stored. If you have a dehydrator that has a temperature, basically a thermostat on it, mine does not. It has one temperature, hot as hell. Then you want to set this guy to 145 degrees for about 6 hours. You want to make sure that all of the tuna is basically crispy and there's no moisture left in that guy. One note of concern, guys, if you are a person that does not like your house being funky, then you probably don't want to dehydrate tuna. Tuna will funk up your house. Okay, it's tuna, it's fish. You're dehydrating it over a long number of hours. It's going to linger in the air. You will funk up your house with this. Okay, so if that's a concern with you, you might not want to dehydrate tuna. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and open this. Let me show you open this guy and let's drain the stuff off of it. Alright guys, so we got our tuna here. We're basically going to go ahead and open up the tuna here. Now what I like to do, so I don't lose a lot of tuna, is I open it about, let's say, halfway. Okay, and then we're going to bring it over here to the sink here, and we're just going to pour out as much of that liquid as possible. Now some people will open it all the way or most of the way. The problem is when you do that and the liquid comes out, it has a tendency to leak out some of the tuna too. And this one, a little bit of tuna is coming out with it, but it's just kind of specks. So basically we want to get it all out of there. Alright, so now what we're going to do is open up the rest of the can here. Okay. And open this guy up here. And there's your tuna. So now what we're going to do is dump this into the dehydrator. So let's go do that. Alright guys, so we're here at the dehydrator. And here's my can of tuna. Now, what you can do, some people just dump it in. I like to take out the big chunks if I can. Just kind of break it up. You don't want to mush it because that seems to me like it would make a mess. But you want to take your big pieces, just kind of break them up in your hand. so that they're smaller pieces. Remember, when you're dehydrating, the smaller the pieces, the less thick the pieces, the faster it dehydrates. So this is supposed to dehydrate about 6 hours. It takes on that temperature setting that I stated to you. I think it was 145 or something of that nature. You want to make sure that it's even as possible, because again, less large sizes, the more even you spread it out, dehydrate better, and it won't take as much as it will to actually dehydrate, guys. So another chunk of it here. I'm just gonna break that up. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've got a tray of tuna that's all broken up into small pieces. And I've actually got 3 trays ready to go. There's a 4th tray that I'm actually going to put on here a little later in a few minutes, but I just wanted to show you that. So now what you do is you basically take your dehydrator, close that guy up, and I'm going to come down here and hit the on button. And approximately 6 hours later, we will have dehydrated tuna. So I will see you guys in 6 hours. Alright guys, so it's been actually a little bit more than 6 hours. Because mine doesn't have a thermostat, I usually have to go a little bit longer than what they ask. So I think what I've gone is about 2 hours past that, so about 8 hours. So it's done, so we'll turn it off. And let's take a look, see what we got here. So what we should have, I'll show you this here. When you pick this up, it should just, let's see here, just kind of crumple. That's what it is. There's no dryness left in it. So that's what it looks like there. And right there. So now what we're going to do is transfer this to our jar and see how much it actually fills up. And if it fills all the way up, we'll go ahead and seal it. So let me go ahead and do that. Be right back with you. Alright guys, so when you got everything in the jar, this is 3 cans of tuna. As you can see, it's about a little over half. I wouldn't even say it's 3/4 yet. So what I'm going to probably end up doing is doing about 2, maybe 3 more cans, and that should fill up this jar. But for right now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and seal this jar and put it away until I'm ready to add to it later. I did want to show you guys just the amount. First of all, let me grab the can and show you what that looks like. So just to give you an idea of how this thing dehydrates down, this is 3 cans of dehydrated tuna. Okay, this is a can. So if I put this can, that's 1 can, that's 2 cans, that's 3 cans. If I was probably to take this, and it would be a tight fit, but if I was to take this and actually put this in its current state in this jar, I would not be able to get any more than 3 of these cans in that jar. But because I've dehydrated it down to what it is now, 3 of these make basically 2 spaces. So it's dehydrated down to almost nothing. I mean, it really takes its compact value there, guys. And if you smell it, it smells just like tuna. Tastes just like tuna too. So you know what? Let's do a little taste test. Yep. Tastes just like tuna. What a pop. Kind of grabs the scent. So what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to go ahead and seal this and go from there. Hold on. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and seal this jar for now. Take all the air out of the container, and then we're going to make sure that there's no air in it so that we can actually add to it later. So I'm going to take my lid, just a regular lid. I'm going to place it over this guy here. This is a jar sealing lid that has a hole in the top that allows you to actually take the air out of the jar itself. So I'm going to place this firmly over the lid. I'm going to put my connection tube for my vacuum sealer here. Set my vacuum sealer to operate, and I'm going to hit the vacuum seal button here. And what you'll see is basically it'll take the air out of that jar. So it's going to get loud here. Hold on, guys. So it's taking the air out of it. As soon as all my lights go out, my lights are out now. So what I'm going to do here is take the connection from here. You hear that pop? That was the can actually sealing. And there it is. Now, in actuality, I can take this. This is completely sealed. And I can take this and store this. It does not need the ring to go around it, but just so I keep up with things, I like to put the ring on there. But that is actually vacuum sealed, and that will more than likely hold up for me for about a year. So there we go, guys. We have dehydrated and vacuum sealed tuna. But for right now, I want to thank you guys, and I appreciate you guys staying along with me through this particular video series here, dehydrating tuna. And I'm going to go back and dehydrate a couple of more cans and fill this guy up and then store it in my nice cool cabinet space until I will be ready to use it again. And obviously I want to mark this. If I'm not going to use this for a while, I want to mark this with February 2015, and that way I know February 2016, if there's not already used, I need to start using this stuff. But that's it, guys. So thanks again for coming along. Appreciate you stopping by. Always remember, guys, when you see me on the trail, don't yell, don't bail. It's just your boy, Camomeleon. All right, guys. Love y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Share, subscribe, like. Love y'all. I'm out. It's your boy.